What do Mudbloods listen to? What's their favorite? What's the Mudbloods' favorite EDM subgenre?
Hey, bro, I think that's like a slur. I don't think we'd be saying that.
Oh, you think? Oh, is that really like a bad, like a really, really bad word? Like in
bro.
that world?
I think you get canceled for saying
Bro,
that.
shit.
Yeah, bro.
Hey,
you're not one, bro.
So they actually canceled the fucking creator of Harry Potter, bro.
I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I know. I seen that shit. It was wild.
That's some random ass shit to do.
Some random ass shit.
Fuck. That's interesting. I was watching Harry Potter this morning. I was like, damn, I wonder what Gryffindor vibes would be like if they threw their own EDM show.
Facts. I better be lit. That'd be so fucking lit.
Magic and EDM.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. EDM in the fucking wizard world, dog. What the fuck?
The DJ's actually making the visuals with the wand and shit.
That sounds so lit.
I'm fucking done, bro. All right, I'm done. I'm done with this shit.
Facts.
Wizard Festival. Fuck.
Fam.
Dude, imagine throwing a festival for just wizards, and there's actually a world of wizards out there that we don't know.
For just wizards, bro?
Yeah, bro.
That's kind of segregation, dog.
I guess you're right. That's pretty fucked up. You're right.
That's pretty fucked up.
I want to tend to. I'm not a wizard. You feel me?
Right?
Nah, you're right. Nah, good call on that though. Yeah, fuck that. Nah. But we could. Hey, wizards are welcome though. Wizards are welcome. But yeah, dude. Spotlight Podcast here. I lose the tempo.
What's up, guys?
New episode, bro. Zai and Don in the building.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? In front of the camera today. Not behind the laptop. Not behind the camera today. You know. Popping in. Sometimes I gotta pop in when we gotta talk about some things.
What do we gotta talk about today, dude?
Well, first and foremost, I want to open up saying on the 26th, I believe, I will be playing at Social Desert. So go ahead, cop your tickets. It's gonna be a camping desert rave or festival, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's 3 days, I believe. I'll be playing the second day. Catch me. Don't know my time yet, but check my socials to find out. I'll be playing a lot of bass house and I don't know, actually. I don't know what I'm going to be playing yet. My bad, guys. I'm lying. It's hard, bro, especially like when I'm influenced by so much music. And you've heard all the music that I just played for you that I produce. It's everywhere. It's not one genre, you know?
Not for you, mids, yeah.
Yeah. You just say mids. Fuck out of here, bitch. I'm out.
Nah, I feel your frustration though. Like you don't know what you're gonna play yet for your show, because I'm in the same boat as well. Because I'm just so influenced and I like a lot of shit, and that could be. That's a good thing about mixing as well. Like if given 45 minutes an hour, like you could just play what you want, what you like. And that's the problem that I run into when I'm like trying to create a set for a show. It's usually on the day of, because that's when I like to have the most updated recent shit. Like, yeah, I like to play some old stuff too, but like most of my stuff, I want to just showcase a bunch of new music. That's always been like one of the key traits to my sets is always putting on like new artists and showing out new music for sure.
Do you just set your cue points and go, or do you practice at all?
It's funny because I rarely now practice the sets. I just put my cue points and I probably should practice, to be honest. But my latest shows, my latest sets, I just been making a crate, throwing like the songs I'm gonna play that night, have some shit in order, give me like a direction in the set, and I'll figure it out live. Because I've noticed, and it's not a big difference, but there's a difference, like mixing your set, pre-mixing your set, like what you got in mind, and then going out live. Like sometimes it's just like, oh shit, like you like practice it beforehand, but then when you get to the show, like there's just different circumstances, I guess, that come into play. So I just feel like I'd rather just like duke it out, like first time, like freestyle, like whatever it said I'm gonna play that night.
It's safe to say the tracks already by the time it's on your USB.
Yeah.
By name. Mm-hmm. Okay. So see, my biggest problem is I'm not good at remembering names. I'm horrible at it, like super horrible at remembering names. I think when I was younger, like one of my parents told me one time when because I was struggling with reading type shit and I couldn't like say some of these names because they're spelled stupid. So like one of my parents was like, it doesn't matter what the names are. The name could be anything. Just keep reading. And then ever since then, I just don't remember names for no type of reasons. So like I need like at least 3 or 4 times of me like looking at the track and hearing it for me to remember that shit. So like when I initially look for music, I hit my likes. Like I'm on SoundCloud, obviously. That's where you get the bangers, obviously. Duh. And then so yeah, so like obviously I'll click like and then they'll be in my like section. And then I'll go back and then I'll look at my likes and then I'll obviously open each one of those individually in its own window. And then that's twice I've seen it. And then I'll download it, put them in record box, set the cue points, and at that point that's 3 times I've seen each track. And then I think I just need one more time, so I'll DJ them, not in any particular order, just to get like a feel for all of it and just so I know like what everything looks like on like CDJs or like wherever, whatever I'm using it on, you know? And I personally need that shit or else I won't remember track names. It's like a fucking struggle. But I mean, I guess that goes into preparation for me. I'd like have to practice somewhat. I just have to DJ beforehand.
It's a good habit. It's honestly, it is a good habit though. Like to practice what you plan on playing that night or that day or whatever it is. It's a good habit. The closest so far, like these latest shows, these latest sets, is that I'll just plug in my USB into my into a CDJ or controller just to make sure the files read. And I'm just like, and I just have a good feel for
a peace of mind. I think when you're able to like, when you know for sure your USB is gonna read, you just get a little peace of mind before your set. You know,
you could DJ way better, and you're just not worried about the technical stuff of like, oh, dude, like these, how come these songs are not popping up and
it still happens sometimes. Like they'll pop up, right? But like once you load it, it'll say it won't work, and I'm just like, fuck.
I was just at home. That shit was reading. Like.
I know. Like I had the file. I just downloaded the file. How you gonna play me like that? But yeah, it kind of sucks. But I mean, like I don't preset my tracks though. Like I'll put them in a playlist. Like I'll separate all the tracks by like genre pretty much. So like dubstep and rhythm is all in one playlist, which I don't know if I should separate or not. It's around the same shit. I think I could tell different sounding tracks. But
as long as like you could tell.
I think so. For the most part. And then I'll put all my house shit in like one. Even my bass house I'll put all in one. Like bass house UK. Put that all in one, and then my trap and like weird bass shit all in one. And then I just have to make sure like I said, I need to make sure I know what's in there. Cause if not, then it's gonna be hard.
What have your sets been looking like lately? Like more bassy, more house?
It's been a lot of UK bass, bass house, and then trap. But I've been producing a lot of dubstep and like rhythm stuff lately, so I'm gonna dive back into that shit for a little bit. This year's gonna be a trip, bro. I have like so many different like types of tracks that like are in. Like I said, I have a trap shit, house shit, and dubstep shit, just waiting to get pumped out. So it's really exciting to see. But like I said, it gives me a fucking hard time making a set and choosing, because like I don't want to dip into so many like genres and it doesn't sound cohesive and no one really catches a vibe, you know?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's just doing too much.
Nah, I feel you. Are you gonna be playing a lot of new music? Unreleased stuff for your show?
I'll play a couple tracks, yeah, definitely. Not a lot. I don't think a lot of these are play out ready. A few are, but nah. I'll play like 1 or 2 tracks that for sure are gonna be coming out in the near future. So a lot of bass house shit, honestly, or like UK bass. US bass, homie. Watch out. All right, I'm on the pod now. I got some time. I got some time today. You feel me? I'm starting my own genre. It's called US bass. It's like a derivative of UK bass, but like I'm in the US. I use the fucking US vocals, like some US trap vocals. I'm on some US bass shit. You feel me? I can't call myself a UK bass artist. That makes no fucking sense, right?
No, I don't think so. Nah, like you're not from the UK.
I'm not, and I can't. So I'm a US bass artist, fam.
But I mean, you have traveled though. You traveled a lot though. But I mean, I don't think
in the US. I've traveled a lot in the US.
Yeah.
I've traveled a lot. I'm a fucking military baby, dog. Like I've traveled out here, but
military house.
No, fuck that. I don't claim it. I can't claim that. I can't claim that.
US based though.
Yeah, US based. So all the shit that I come out with, it's gonna be tagged US based. And if you feel like you're in that fucking you feel like you're in that demo, you're in that category where it's not really what they're making out there, but it's your derivative, just tag your shit US based, dog. Rep where we at, fam. Rep our country, dog. They repping their shit. Let's rep our shit. You feel me?
Unless you're from the IE, then you could just put Los Angeles or Los Angeles base or Orange County base.
Orange County base, dog. Oh yeah, huh?
San Bernardino base.
Hey, okay. We touched on a really good topic right here. Really good subject. When can you consider yourself an artist from that city?
I think if you lived. I think if you
lived
were
for
raised,
how long?
I think if you were raised in that city, I think you have to be there for at least 5 years.
At least 5 years to say that's where you're.
I think 5 years gives me a good because I think 5 years it's a short but long time.
Let me ask you something.
Word.
I moved to Sweden. I've been there for a year and a half. I put a Sweden producer.
Nah, bro.
Nah?
You're just an American producer that happens to be in Sweden.
All right, say I'm from Moreno Valley, right? And
you're not Sweden though. You're just not Sweden, so that just doesn't even matter.
But I'm a Swedish producer because I live out.
No, like you're an American producer. Well, it depends where you're from.
What if I get citizenship out there?
Okay, that's a little bit more qualifiable.
Yeah,
that's more qualifiable.
Okay,
I respect that. If you're making an effort.
Okay, let me ask you this then.
I respect that.
All right. Okay, now let me fuck you up on this one real quick. All right,
we'll see.
When you move somewhere on your ID, you're technically supposed to say change the address, right, to your new address.
Mm-hmm.
So it says you're from whatever city it says.
And they're not saying you're from. It's your current living residence, not where you're from. It's your current living residence. So.
I see you, big brain shit. I feel you.
I mean, try me, dog. Try me.
All right, so say, like I said, I'm from Mobile, right? I moved out to Orange County, and I'm out there for like a year and a half. Can I claim Orange County? I mean, I'm already 20 something years old.
Nah. Wherever you're from, you're gonna.
I gotta claim.
You can't just go into a new town and claim that town, bro. It's just like a plug. You can't go into a new territory and be like, "This is my territory. I'm repping this territory." Nah.
How do you know?
It don't work like that.
How do you know?
Cause, bro, you have to talk to the OGs. You have to talk to, you have to get verified first, bro.
Are you trying to tell us something right now, Carlos?
I'm trying to say, bro, is that if you're not from LA or if you're not from Miami and you're putting your like description like, oh, I'm like this producer, because you see that shit a lot with EDM artists, is that in their bio they'll be like, oh, I'm from Los Angeles, but bro, they wouldn't even be living in California. They'll be like in some small town city, like in a Midwestern state, but they do it because of like the aesthetic of like, oh, that producer's from Los Angeles or that producer's from Miami. And it's just funny to see like some people that we know, they'll put that on their bio. They put that as like their like their rep. They're where they're repping from. And they don't even live. They never even step foot in that place. Sometimes
I know my boy knows who we're talking about right now.
I mean, it's not even,
I know you know. I know you know. A
lot of people.
I know you know.
There might even be some people watching and listening to this podcast too.
It's just I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. Just bang US bass. You feel me?
That's the point of this conversation.
Point of the conversation. Bang that US bass. You feel me?
Nah, I mean, I feel it. Like sometimes we're not proud or we're not very, not very too happy where we're from or where we're raised from. But
I think that's what makes you though, right? That's what gives you your creativeness because you've seen what you've seen type shit. Like from where you grew up at.
I see why other people like. I'm from this small town. Like people don't really care. Like like blah blah. But it's good to it's a duty at your point as someone that's trying to have success in that lane to give people in that same area to be like, oh look, this is someone that did it from the small town in that Midwestern state.
To give someone else that idea that I could do it too, right?
And that's why I've pretty much been raised in Moreno Valley. So like I tell people like, dude, I don't rep LA at all. Like I'm from Moreno Valley.
So growing up, I moved around, right? So I lived in Hawaii a couple years. I lived in San Diego 1-2 years. And then like sixth grade and on, I was pretty much in Mobile. I banged Mobile, right?
In my vision, that's been more than 5+ years. So I would say, yeah. Like
I can't bang Hawaii. I was there for 3-4 years. from like my like developmental age from like 3, 4 to like 7, 8.
All right, let me ask you this: if you become successful, will people in Hawaii be like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like
Nah.
that's something. Yeah, okay.
Well, I went to elementary school out there. Maybe my elementary school teacher be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's from Hawaii. He's from Hawaii. Like, maybe you could. I mean,
mahalo."
no. Well, that's how I feel. That's my opinion on that. Like, I think if you're gonna move somewhere and you want to start repping that city, I think you have to just be well aware of that community, like know it to the bone, or just know it good enough to where like you understand the economy of that particular area, and like you just know what's going on in the area, and that you really want to put on, and you like the traits of the area, you know.
Yeah,
not just for the aesthetics of like, oh yeah, I'm from New York or I'm from London or whatever that seems as pleasing, aesthetically pleasing at the time. But I don't know. That's just. I'm a rep Mobile. Like you see, I see in my biography, I'll put Mobile, California, dude, Moreno Valley. Like it's not embarrassing for me to put my hometown, like how some other people might feel embarrassed to put their hometown. But I let my results speak for itself. You know, I don't think where you come from matters.
Facts. I guess in my bio, I have to bang Mobile now.
What have you been banging?
Nothing.
Oh well, I mean
California. I think just California.
I mean, yeah, that's cool too, bro. But when you just start lying about that shit, I don't know. That just what else are you lying about? What else are you lying about?
Ghost producer. True. All right. Yeah. Quick question. We've been going out to a lot of shows lately, right? We've been seeing a lot of DJs. Can you tell when a DJ is just a DJ versus when a DJ is a producer by the way they're performing?
90%, yeah.
90%? Give me some characteristics of how.
I noticed with mixing transitions is that their transitions are producers. Producers are like just getting into DJing, right? That's what you mean, right? Like a producer DJing up there versus a DJ that's been DJing for a minute, right?
No. Like legit producer, like someone that's a producer and a DJ versus someone that's just a DJ that doesn't produce. Could you tell the difference when they're performing?
There's some habits. I've noticed that just DJs that don't produce, like they express themselves a bit more. Like their body language is just a bit up to par with what they're playing. Whether it's them getting on top of the speakers, them engaging with the crowd. I think when a producer gets a lot on the mic, it's kind of tricky because sometimes they get on the mic and they're announcing like a track that they made, and that's like kind of like already like obvious. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes people get on the mic, but it's just to hype the crowd. So I mean, it just depends on context of like if someone gets on the mic, like for instance, I got on the mic, but most times like, oh, it's an unreleased track. So context comes into play when they go on the mic.
I think a big tell if they don't get on the mic is when I'm thinking, oh, you're probably not a producer, you know, because you're not announcing that these are your tracks type stuff.
Word, okay.
So that's something that I think like, oh, if you're not telling me that you're promoting anything, then you're probably just DJing for us, trying to have a good time. And I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Versus a producer when he's up, he, she, them, when they are up there, they're either like trying to get attention, letting you know that this is their track. Like they're doing something during specific tracks to let you know, like, this is me type shit, you know? Versus someone that's just, I mean, I guess you can't tell too much. But like I said, like you said, a big tell is when someone gets on the mic. And a big tell is when you don't get on the mic, I think, as well.
And a lot of times, too, when I see a lot of DJs play and I find out that they are producers, a lot of times they're playing low-key bangers, bro. Compared to, like, just DJs. Because I noticed a lot of DJs, the majority, I come across these shows and, like, they play a lot of, like, the chart hitters, you know? And they play it safe and they hit. I mean, what is no disagreement to that. Like, you're going to play the tracks, the crowd's going to go off. That's a smart choice. It's a smart track to play as a DJ. Yeah. But I've noticed with like producers, like you could tell when it's shit's an ID, and then you're like, oh hell no, I've not heard this. This is not like hella mainstream.
So I think you touched on a really good point with DJs that are just DJs. They'll play a lot of the banger mainstream stuff, but producers they'll look in the cut because they don't want the mainstream stuff, right? So they
Nah.
look in the cut for
Put
that.
on.
Yeah. No, you're right.
They'll take risks. They'll take more risks track selection wise.
I believe it. Yeah, definitely.
As opposed to like.
Yeah, it's definitely a big tell. You're right. Yeah, I didn't even realize that, huh?
That's what I've noticed.
Because if you're not,
there are producers and they can play some bangers. For sure.
Yeah, but if you're not a producer, you really don't like know like, oh, this is that different. Like, I guess you might be able to, but you would think that the mainstream is still the hot shit because you don't know that. Yeah. I don't know how to vocalize that welly, but like, you know, it's different. When you're a producer, you don't want the mainstream. I don't ever want to play the mainstream shit ever.
The only mainstream shit I'll get is if it's a sick remix, sick
or edit.
underground remix, or edit, bootleg, whatever it is.
But not even then. Sometimes, you know, or if it's a popular like hip hop vocal or something like that, that's the only mainstream shit I'll play. If it's like a popular hip hop or R&B, that just makes sense. But other than that, I keep my shit underground, low key, bro. All my and I think you know this too. Like all my sets. I get all my bangers from SoundCloud, so all that shit's low key. Everybody that I follow or that I get the tracks from have like 4,000 followers max. Sometimes, you know, I get the big guys, but not really. I like to keep it underground. Gotta put on for the community. That's what we do here at Lose the Tempo. You feel me? We put on for the little guys, the underground. We are the underground.
Yeah, because the majors, they got the major people covered. Who's covering the indie? Then
we got
for the indie for sure.
Honestly, dude, like if you like underground culture, what would you consider underground culture for EDM? It would be like low end, retrospect, like Sub Factory, like out there in LA, you would have like Space Taco. What would you say like a Space Yacht is? Would they still be considered underground or not no more? Because at a certain point, right? At a certain point, they were underground, right?
But now it's just kind of
it's
complicating because they get a good blend of like, here's some underground shit that's popping in this genre, but we're gonna match you with like two other artists that have been killing it, and they're not necessarily underground. They're like been already popping off and for sure, starting off, it was a lot of underground because a lot of those artists were still underground.
Social Desert, underground, right?
So Space, yeah.
So what about Wasted? What would you consider Wasted? Underground?
It's a blend because they still be getting like good headliners, like big headliners. So it's a blend. It's a blend. I wouldn't say to call it underground. But it definitely pays its respects to give opportunities to the underground, if that makes sense.
So like all you could eat, another underground, I'd say, right?
I will consider that underground, despite the fact that they use the same venue as Wasted, but they're not as branched out as Wasted.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say because Wasted, it's
no, but like all you could eat is like. It is underground, right? Because that wouldn't be a mainstream thing.
No.
Right? Yeah. Speaking about all you can eat, I went to their shows. Shout out to Clawz. Clawz got me and the boy Segura. We went, got us in and whatnot. All you could eat, dope, bro. Like I really fuck. Well, first of all, the venue, the Circle in OC, I really fuck with it heavy. Like that's a very personal venue, and I like that. I like that a lot. Like if I wanted a show, if I was a bigger, like if I had that fan base, I would want that type of venue to get personal, you know, like with the people there. Like I feel like you could feel the energy. I could express more there. I could get more like experimental, I guess. I feel like that's a perfect place to get experimental with your sound, especially if you have your own fan base type thing. Because you can't really pack it out, really, right? Like, I mean, you could pack it, but it'll cap. So at the end of the day, you're not really disappointing if you are going sideways with your sound. You're not really disappointing too much of your sound base, just your actual core fans, really, honestly. Because say I'm at a show that I am a list artist or something, right, in EDM, and I do want to go experimental. I could go to this smaller venue, charge tickets an up price at a lot, and then I know only my fans are gonna go, and then at that point you know you could kind of experiment a little because they're
Like,
gonna
they'll
like
give you that leeway. Like, all right, cool. Like, we're here on some like we're here for you.
exactly, yeah, exactly. So I think venues like that are fucking awesome, and all you could eat. Like when I went, we saw Clawz, right, bro. Her set was fucking. It was the first time I seen her set live. That venue with her type of acid techno, bro. It was wild. And then this is what I'm gonna say about her, opposed to any other DJ I've seen like this year and in a while, bro, in a while.
What's a while? What's some perspective on that?
Aside from the mainstream people, bro, the people that are kind of still underground, her a while is like a couple years, maybe 3 years. Her visuals are fucking insane. They are insane. Like what I was seeing at, I'm pretty sure those are her custom her visuals and stuff because it was all Clawz and yeah, they were custom for sure, custom. But they mixed with her set so well. It wasn't even. It was like they put on a visual set as well. It was sick. It was so fucking sick. So shout out to Clawz. I really enjoyed that set. And then all you could eat, bro, gave out brownies and ice cream, dog.
That's tight.
I didn't understand like the whole AC or all you could eat, the abbreviation. I can't do that shit right now. I'm high. Fucking yeah, it stands for all you could eat because every time they host a show, they give out some type of food.
I'm getting hungry now.
True.
Speaking of live sets, man, that we've been going to some of these shows. When you see a DJ mess up, like something, like either that's a transition or they stop the music for whatever reason, do you feel like the majority of DJs are able to mask it, or do they easily give off like the facial expression of like, oh damn, like I fucked up?
I feel like that comes that.
And do you feel like, and do you feel like the energy in the air, like, do you feel like that kind of affects like the crowd right away? Like when a DJ, like either by body language or face expression, like gives out like, oh shit, like I kind of threw off the vibe or I fucked up type shit.
I feel like that comes with time. I feel like if you're a beginner DJ and you fuck up, you think it's more critical than it is because you think there's no coming back from it. But in reality, like if people fuck up, and sometimes a fuck up could be a good mistake. You know, that sometimes you're just redoing the energy in the room, you know, like as long as you can play it off, because you could fuck up, the music could stop. And if it's because you did something and you know what you did, like it's easy to just reload the track up and like just like, you know, hype the crowd up again and be like, all right, rewinding it back. Like a fuck up is easy to play off if you could play, if you know you're gonna keep going, right? No one's gonna remember if you fucking play great for the next 30 minutes, you know. No one's gonna give a fuck. Everyone's gonna vibe. So just play it out like don't make a face. When that shit happens, don't like give the face of oh shit. When it happens, smile and just be like, okay, like yeah, like grab the mic and just be like, how's everyone doing tonight? Like, you know, improvise. Do something to where it kind of seems like you didn't fuck up, you know? Like that's your job. And shit happens. So.
Oh, this is part of the show. Okay, bet.
Yeah, there you go. You stopped it. Sometimes, even if it's like a high drop and it stops, grab the mic and be like, yo, 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 yo. Like, you know, like something to catch people's attention. Yeah. You know, just, you don't have to be a comedian or something. Just be like, yeah, how you guys liking it tonight? How y'all doing tonight? You know, just ask a question to the crowd and then load the track up and then be like, all right, let's go. Let's do it again. Let's go back. Or then that's a fuck up could sometimes be a perfect opportunity to be like, all right, how you guys doing tonight? All right, this next one is one of my tracks, you know, like make it like into a positive, turn that mistake into something positive because you can do it. You definitely can. You've seen so many DJs do that shit before. I've seen Martin Garrix do that shit before. Like he fucked up, but he was like, oh, here we go again. And then he just rewinded he backspin the CDJ and then played the build again. And like, it's like he meant to do that shit, bro. Like, but you knew it was a fuck up. But yeah, you could come back from a fuck up. It's not that big of a deal. Back to your question, maybe I could spot it out, maybe I can't. I try not to, but I'm a DJ, so like, bro, I spot out the most smallest things in people's set. And I'm not being tedious. I'm not trying to dog on anyone. It's just that I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this shit sometimes. So it's like it's just in my ear. But you know, when I go out, I try to get away from that. That's why I try to get a couple drinks in me, try to smoke a little just to get out of that mindset, you know?
I feel like that's like a mindset that a lot of mostly every DJ's producer go into when they go to a show. It's like wanting to enjoy it, just like as like a
listener.
not as a listener, as someone that just enjoys going to shows versus that. Oh damn, okay, how they do that transition, or it just goes into like calculation mode of like, oh fuck, like
the best way I've now figured to get out of at least the transition aspect.
Give us some tips. Like what? Like, let's say like one of us is going through like that like mindset. Like oh fuck. Like what's a good tip to kind of break off from that mentality and just enjoy it from like an average like a normal consumer of like going to a show of that.
Go with the show with someone that's not a producer, because then you get to see how they enjoy the music, and then you're like, oh, like you're enjoying it in a different way, and you get to feed off of that energy. That's definitely one big way. Another way, if you just want to get off of the transition aspect, because sometimes like I don't want to critique the DJing. I'll critique the actual track. Like I'll listen to, or not critique it, but listen and be like, okay, how did they do this in their DAW? Is this? Is this? So I'll focus more on the actual track and not the transition.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And like that gets me out of like, I'll enjoy it more because I'm like, damn, this is something I probably couldn't make. Like, or I'm curious of how this, so like try to focus more on the production of the song. Cause I think you might enjoy that more, especially if you're a producer that you're still like, I mean, everyone's always developing their sound, but like, I love going out, listening to some people like drop some crazy tracks and just think, fuck, how? Like, and I'm just sitting there with my eyes kind of closed and I'm just like thinking, like, I'm having like a That's So Raven moment where like my doll pops up and I'm just like, and then I snap back in real quick. You feel me?
Okay.
Like, that's what I do. And I mean, it's a little more enjoyable that way, I guess. But other than that, go with someone that's not a producer. That's always good.
Cool.
What about you? What would you do?
If what?
What do you do to get yourself out of that mindset?
Well, off the bat, you know, just getting like a drink or two. Like you said, it's talking to someone who's maybe they've already been, you know, going to like raves and stuff, but like you mentioned, like they're not DJs or they're not producers. Like they're not attached to like the behind the scenes shit of like that. But it's just like there's just different conversations being held, and like the mindset is just different. You know, it could be just, I don't know, bro. It's hard for me personally because I go in there, I'm just like, because I'm not like from my personal experience, I'm not just going there as like seen as a DJ, as like, oh, like they're wearing the lighting like this. They're wearing, so I'm like focused on a lot of other stuff too, because like I'm throwing shows with low end, and you know, it's just like a lot more stuff that I find myself kind of like, I'm enjoying myself. I'm autopilot. I'm enjoying myself. But like the actual mindset's like, oh, okay, like I like how they did the speaker setup. Or, you know,
hate
it's just,
that shit,
I hate that shit, bro. I just want to enjoy it fully, not on some autopilot shit. Like I really want to really enjoy it, and most times I do, but it's hard to break off.
Maybe another thing is go to a show that's a different type of genre. That's not EDM, you know? You'll probably enjoy that a little more than an EDM show. I'm not gonna lie,
for sure,
because it's something you really aren't accustomed to, and you maybe can't really do if you're just an EDM artist, you know. So going to like a rock band show or something with a live band, that's always fun. Because yeah, you know how the behind the scenes setup went, but you still don't know how they're all hitting the instrumentation at the same time.
Yeah, because I wouldn't call myself to say a musician like that. But
Yeah,
I'm a producer, you know, and I'm not focusing on like, oh, how the fuck he did that guitar lick or whatever it is, right?
That guitar riff. How does he do the double picking? How does he? Yeah. I mean, I play guitar a little, but fucking. Speaking about like going like listening or going to shows with someone who doesn't listen to music, I went to EDC right last year, and shout out to Vio, and his homies. We met up with some of his homies, right? And one of his homies was really cool. He wasn't a DJ or anything like that, but he was someone that really enjoyed the music. And like I let him know, like I don't think like any of them really knew who like I was. So I just let him know, oh, this is my first EDC, like I'm a noob, this and that. So like they were like they took me in as if I was experienced like EDM and the festival scene for the first time type shit, right?
Word.
Yeah, so so
like it's some shit you find on TikTok and you just want to experience type shit.
Yeah. So we would go to a stage, right? We would go first we went to Louis the Child, right? That's where the whole night, I don't think that's where we started, but I think like that's where my vision kicks in and where the whole journey I think for me started. We went to Louis the Child and he was like, after the set, he was like, yeah, you know, this is a perfect way to just introduce you to the scene. Like, it's not too hard. It's not too much in your face. It's just something like chill, you know, like it's just like baby steps. You feel me? Like, and I was like, oh yeah, nah, you're right. Yeah. He was like, now we're about to go see White Knight Ganja. No, who did we see next? Not White Knight Ganja.
Hey, but while you think about that real quick, like as someone who obviously isn't really like a newbie, but did you feel like his point was valid? Taking it to a lucid child and what he was saying, like, oh yeah, this is like just kind of chill.
I was like, yeah, what you're saying is perfectly described.
Is that valid what he said? Like,
yeah, I would. Yeah. I think if you really, he was right. If you really just want to get introduced to like this type of scene, you're not really into it. You're more maybe if you were just coming in from pop or something, Louis the Child is perfect. You know.
All right, so him being a guide at this point, going good so far.
Going good so far. And then next we saw, after Louis the Child, I believe we saw a dubstep artist somewhere. And that was really hard. Was it? Who's the one that does Void?
Sudden?
No, it wasn't Sudden. Fuck. The homeboy that chops.
Shit. Yeah, that's a couple. Subtronics? Squanto?
Subtronics. I think we saw Subtronics. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm not too sure.
With somebody.
But we saw some like a hard, heavy set. And then he was like, yeah. And then this is just that hard in your face, like that bass shit, you know, you want to headbang, you just want to let loose, this and that. And I was like, oh yeah, I feel it. Hell yeah. We were at the bass spot.
So you were playing into it.
Yeah, like, bro, I was like, yeah, I want to experience it.
Did you ask him like, oh, what kind of music is this?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I did. We were at the bass pod and fuck, I can't remember who we saw. But right after
this shit.
I know, but I just wanted, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm with y'all tonight. Let's do it. And then, and after that, we went to White Knight Ganja, and he was like, you know, this is perfect for right after, like, you get that in your face shit. This is still like hard, but like you get to chill out with the bass and like, bro, just like that. And you know, he was like, I mean, you get to look at the visuals. It's really chill. You just get to vibe out, you know. And I was like, bro, like you're right, especially because of. And my producer mind, I was like, you're describing it like perfectly, like. White Knight Ganja is more that mid-tempo, slow, not really too much hard rhythm, like kick snare in your face. So like, you know what the fuck you're talking about. Like this guy like was in here, you feel me? And I fucked with it. And then right after that, we went to go see 12th Planet, his throwback set or whatever. And he was like, yeah, and then this is just perfect. It just ties into White Knight Ganja, you know? It's again not too much in your face, but it's still that core dubstep, you know? And
True.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, you speaking facts right now. I fuck with you for life. Like, yeah, shout out to that guy. I have him on Instagram. I forgot his name though. I think his name was Patrick, actually.
All right.
I think you know who he is.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean,
shout out to homeboy.
Dude, yeah, their group, dude. They know where it's at.
They know where it's at, right? Yeah,
dude, they're veterans for sure. But knowing them, as like they describe themselves, and like how I know them, dude, they're veterans, bro.
They go to hella festivals, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they've been going shows since like 08, 09, like Monster Mass. They went to the EDC LA Coliseum.
Damn,
so
yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. Everything homeboy was saying, bro. I was like, I respect the fuck out of you right now. Like, this isn't like he was a good guide. I respect him for that. I really do. He was a very amazing guide for my first EDC experiment, I think. But yeah, nah, just that's why I say going with someone that's not a producer or something, definitely a little more fun, I think. Just definitely more fun than just going with a bunch of producers, I think.
Facts, though, bro. Hey, to touch on that too, I'll come across other producers at festivals and like their cliques. And that's what they're talking about, bro. They're just talking about like just the behind the scenes shits. And like I understand because like that's like their mindset, right? But it's true. Like who you go with to these festivals, like will have your mindset tamed differently. You know, whether it's like you're on some like on the move shit, or you're just out here just trying to have some fun, not really worry about too much shit compared to who you are, who you're with, and whatnot.
You're actually right about that. I remember we DJ'd. I don't want to get it specific because I feel like this person will know who it is, but we DJ'd at the same place one time, and like after the set, like we were all talking, we were just all like talking to the dope said this and that, like oh you produce and like oh yeah, you know we were just like saying who we were to each other and stuff like that, and then another guy, he's like same thing, right? But then he just starts like criticizing like my set, like critiquing my set, like right after I just got done like with my set, and he was like, yeah, maybe he was like, yeah, you probably should have a better sweep right here, maybe work on this track, you know, and I was like, thanks, but I mean, I was like, thanks, but you know, I just wanted to vibe out after and like celebrate that I just got done with my set, you know. I don't really want to hear critiques right now, but I guess, you know, I feel like that's something I don't want, especially right after I just got done with the set too.
Is that a good definition of wrong place, wrong time?
Yeah. I think in a different atmosphere that would have been perfect.
Got you.
Yeah, but right there, I was just like, damn, like I don't want to hear this right now. Like I just want to, but I mean, I guess I know I take criticism, so like I'm not that like fucked up about it, but like, and then some of the things he says were valid, so I'm not even tripping. But like, it's just I didn't want to hear that at that time, you know. And maybe I was like a little bit like during my sets, you'll always have something to drink or something smoking. Like I like to have fun while I'm DJing type shit.
Yeah.
So after I'm really fucking on a good one, like my energy's up. I'm pretty buzzed.
Hell yeah. Hey, hold up, bro. Just so you know, before you start having your fucking fun, dog, that they're tracking the set full and needs to have a better sweep. Like
that edit, the vocals need to be up. That bass was. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, the reverb on. What? So obviously these type of individuals can be having different conversations, right? Well,
yeah.
What makes them wanna, especially in public, especially around sometimes other people? You know, what makes these type of individuals make them want to say some shit like? Because they could have just been like, "Hey, dude, that was a cool set." That's it. Like they could have just said that. None of the critique, none of that. But what makes them go take that extra step into that conversation and be like? Because like you said, I feel like something like in that setting is not needed. Like that commentary maybe is not.
Look, especially needed. Like literally pull my USB out. I walk off, hug someone, dap someone, and then this person, you know, and I'm just like, I guess. But like, like you said, wrong place, wrong
wrong place, wrong time. But what do you feel? What do you think makes them be like oh, like you did this, that, you did that? Like you feel like they're trying to like give themselves more credit because they might feel like they do a better job at that, or they just feel like they need to be educating like people's like mistakes, or
maybe it comes
what's the psychology on that, or what do you mean?
I don't know I wouldn't know their psychology on that, right? But I would say maybe it comes off of like an insecurity on them almost, just because like they want to maybe seem like they know what the fuck they're talking about, so they have to let you know they heard something you fucked up on, just to let them know like, oh yeah, I'm on the same level, or I heard like, you know, up there with, you know, like maybe they just want some one up on you, I think, or something like that. But at the end of the day, like, bro, sometimes when I'm DJing or when people are DJing, they're literally just having fucking fun up there, bro. So the fact that you're critiquing them to a T is kind of fucking stupid, because at the same time, the crowd's lit, they're fucking lit. What's the problem? Literally what's the problem? And that's the thing that kind of like a little more got me not mad, but like what the fuck? Because I thought it was an amazing set. I thought it was
It
fucking
could just be that
fun
one
and
person,
shit.
bro. That
Yeah, and I thought the whole crowd was fucking like that was honestly one of my like funnest sets and stuff like that. So I was like, what?
like if there was a lot of people coming up to you, like, hey, bro, we need to talk to you. Like it's like, okay, all right, I'm listening. But if it's just like one person and like also
Yeah, bro.
sometimes too, if it's another DJ on the lineup type shit, like it's all these factors play in, you know.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe insecurity is the factor to that, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting as to why why a conversation like that would be brought up, like in that type of scenario, you know. Hey, bro, cool set. You know, okay, I'll follow you, whatever. You know, none of that.
And then
restrictive.
maybe like, I mean, if you want to DM me and be like, oh, hey, what was that one track you dropped the edit to? Say, oh, that was fire. Maybe if you would have done this, it would be better.
Like,
You know, there's way to
proper
approach
way
it.
to say that.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Like the delivery on his part was just not it. Just wasn't it.
it's just wrong place. That's it. Just wrong place,
wrong
bro.
time.
Like we're just trying to kick.
What
it
if
and
it was
drink.
Craze telling you that? Like, is it just like anybody? Or what if it was just
Bro, after a set, okay, say
you just got done? Crazy's like, look, bro, the set, nah. Craze, dude.
oh,
DMC.
But what?
Champion.
Okay, where am I at? Where did I just finish DJing? What did the crowd react to it? And then what did he say?
Okay, so factors do come into play. We'll just put Hard Summer. Hard Summer.
I played Hard Summer at one of the
crowd
stages.
fucked with it. The crowd
fucked with it.
Crowd fucked with it, bro. Craze comes up to you like, nah, bro. Honestly, that shit was not it.
Right after I got off?
Yeah, right after you got off, the crowd fucked with it, bro.
He's hating.
Right, bet.
He's hating, bro.
Bet.
Like, what you mean?
Got you.
I'm not even gonna take. I'm like, what? I'm looking at Craze funny, bro. I'm like, I don't think he would ever do that though. I think he knows too. Like,
word.
Like, it's a respect thing. Like, if you're a real DJ purist, bro, like, if you see someone trying to throw down and the crowd is fucking with them when they get off, bro, you're not gonna kill. I'm pretty sure you do this. Even though the person's set wasn't fire, every DJ is guilty of fucking doing this. I don't care what you say. You saw a DJ that set wasn't as good, but after they got down, you dapped them up and said, "Sick set, bro."
Killed it.
Everyone did. I know all you motherfuckers did that. So don't play me. Like, it's just you don't have to say, "Nah, that was fucked."
I remember one time I went to a show. A DJ was supposed to play. He forgot his USB. He was like, all right, guys, I guess I'm not playing. Some fool went up to that person and was like, hey, bro, you killed that shit. So I believe that shit, bro. It don't even matter if you didn't play, bro. People
It doesn't
still say that shit.
But like, it's just like, for what? For what? I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, speaking about like, you touched on like looking at things because you throw shows and stuff. What are some like aspects you need to know if you want to throw shows? Say you're someone that looks at like what you do, what Retrospect, Stuff Factory, all that shit, what they do, and they say, I want to do this. What are some things they should know?
Well, first off, if you're throwing a show, it's going to be at a location, right? So if I'm looking at a location, I think one of the aspects I look into is like, if they have their own staff, they're going to be, if that staff is working that night, if I'm wanting to throw a show or something like that, I'd have to see how the staff is first off and see if like they give a satisfying experience to like people that go there. Cause that's like, at least for me, I want everyone to have a good experience, and it comes down to like the staff, how is it spacious for the audience that I'm bringing? You know, is it a right fit? Is it a right vibe? Is it inside, outside? What kind of event? Sometimes depending on the event of the show, a lot of factors that I look into, but yeah, you know, if staff is good, if it's spacious for the audience that you want to bring, sometimes like the vision of what you want to do with the show plays into parts. So sometimes like, you know, is the layout the layout good for whatever it is that you want to do, like for the vision, you know, especially like let's say if I was like all you can eat and I was like in that same predicament, like, oh, I want to start doing this, you know, will this location like allow me to bring my own stuff, my own food? Like, there's a lot of factors that come into play, you know, when someone wants to get into like throwing a show, because you want to make sure you're having a good vibe, good connection with the people at that location, whether if it's like a warehouse, whether if it's a bar, whether if it's a club. Also, too, like if you want to throw a show, you know, you gotta make sure the location is reasonable, within that reach. If you feel like a lot of your fan base or a lot of your audience is like in the IE, and you're trying to start throwing shows in another area like LA, probably not the best move because you have to take into account like all those people driving out to LA. So it's probably best to kind of like, if you're looking into factor getting into a show, like throw it at a location where it's like reasonable within the audience that you want for them to come out. It's not like a big thing for them to come out and drive for. Um, it's a good question though. Really good question. It's just there's a lot of things that someone could look into when it comes to throwing shows. So much production, like the kind of production that you want to bring to a location. Like, is it feasible?
Let me ask you something, because this is a very big like argument, or like something a lot of early on DJs and producers, I don't want to say complain, but you always see them say something about this, right? Like these people aren't booking DJ based off talent, but based off people they could bring in. Where do you fall on that when you go into throwing shows? What's like a determining factor on the DJs you get?
So a lot of times it depends on what. Sometimes there's leeway depending on venues, because sometimes when you do a show at a particular location, there's certain metrics that come into play that not many people know, that you have to reach a certain amount of a number at the bars. And you can book the most talented producers, but sometimes they might not bring the audience to be able to convert like the bar sales that the owner's looking for. Yeah. So what a lot of people don't understand when they're throwing shows, and why a lot of people don't understand sometimes why promoters book the lineups that they do. Because there's a lot of talented producers, a lot of talented artists out there, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
But a lot of times when it comes to entertainment and like bringing people out, especially when like you're trying to throw a show and like having a great time, I think, and I do this too, and it's for good, a lot of good reasons. But I can see why the complaints come to where like, oh, I don't know why this promoter's not booking these artists when they're dropping bangers and so. Either like us as promoters in that stage when we're like trying to book a lineup like that, either we're not convinced that having you in a lineup would be a good show, whatever that reason is, or it's just that sometimes, like, again, the location just needs us or that promoter or whoever's like in charge of that night to pull certain numbers, and that might have to be booking. And you see these lineups too. They just book they book influencers, they book all these artists. They're not necessarily putting game. They're not putting in like the contribution into like the underground scene in terms of like making music or coming out to shows or whatever, right? But
that's why people get paid just for walkthroughs. They don't even have to perform. They just gotta let people know they're gonna be at this club.
Yeah, you see it a lot too.
Definitely.
I'll come through this club. We'll give you a bottle, just promote it, and that's the thing too that I see this a lot too. I see DJs and producers, they'll tweet it like, oh, like I can't believe they're having all these people booked, but that's like a lot of the realities with a lot of these locations is that they put pressures on these promoters, and they put like, they're very strict, because like that's their business, and like they don't really know you like that at first, so it's kind of like, well, I need you to promise me that
you could pull a certain amount.
Like whatever it is that your idea that you're doing. And if it's dance music, like whatever you pull, and sometimes not even the lineup, like there's a lot of great event companies that do a great job, just like being able to book who they want, and like they do a great job just because of it's like their name. Like for example, EDC, like Insomniac, right? Like they could just like book anyone, and like because it's Insomniac, like they just know it's a guaranteed good results.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like with low end, we kind of have like that. Like personally for me, I feel like some people can rely on us to book whoever. And they'll pull up because they know like they like the vibe and they like the experience that we bring to the low end dance floor. But there are some audience out there that like they probably won't go because it's like, like low end's cool, but like they're not booking the artists that I want to see, and I respect that. But there's just like that metric that there's the guidelines that a lot of people know the behind the scenes when like promoters or like parties are working with these venues, that if that show is not good, sometimes you don't get another chance to throw another show. So that's why you might see a lot of promoters at first, they'll throw shows and they'll book all the sickest producers. They'll book all the people that are dropping bangers. they throw the show, they have the night, the producers, they promote on their page or whatever, right? Like everything is all coming to the point, and then the night comes up, right? And not that many people. The music's sick, but there's not that many people. And then sometimes it's kind of like, oh shit, well, these artists make sick music, but the people didn't come out. Therefore, now the person or the owner of this location is looking at me like, oh well, you didn't really do what you were supposed to do. So a lot of times it's just like, it's really us just trying to work in balance with the owner of the venue and still trying to make it reasonable. Like that's the hardest part, is making the lineup reasonable.
Finding
to
the balance of clout DJs and good DJs, right?
Yeah, I think that's been the hardest. That's the hard part for me, because I know when we throw these lineups, sometimes it's questionable for sure. A lot of people look at it and like, I know it, bro. It's questionable. I finalize it. Me and Jose, and we're just like, yeah, people are gonna question this shit for sure. And I could see it ahead of time, a mile away, bro. But a lot of times it's just like, a lot of times there's a lot of things that come into factor, and
definitely.
But I mean, yeah, it's a really good question. But there's a reason why a lot of times your favorite producer doesn't come out to your location or to your city, because they just sometimes may not have the fan base or the audience.
Yeah, the pull for it, definitely.
And that's the harsh reality of most entertainment shows and businesses out there. Is, it all comes down to revenue. And just big shout out to all the promoters and all the parties involved, all the venue owners too, that don't really care too much about bar sales, and are allowing their promoters to be able to book whoever, just to give that genuine, authentic feel without having given that pressure to that promoter. Yeah, because I feel like it makes up more for more better underground and reasonable EDM experience, if that makes sense.
No, you're definitely right. You're 100% right.
Not because I know I've done the lineups, and I'm just like, yeah, like,
I know
this shit
difficult.
don't make sense. Shit don't make sense. People are gonna be hating on me because of this shit. People are gonna be talking that shit. Okay, bet. Like, it's a
hard balance, bro, and especially because so many people out here that some people might look at you in a certain way. But
that fool's not putting me on. Why are they putting this people on? How come they're not putting me on? It's just like, that's what people don't understand about me particularly, is that like I have to face that of like, when I see them somewhere else, they might bring up that, oh hey bro, like I've been telling you that I'll be fucking putting in moves or whatever, they'll just say whatever, right? And it's just like, all right, cool, well we'll just keep in touch and just keep grinding it, and like they'll see me with some sort of like, well, I don't know, it's just some sort of energy that I just don't be liking. It's like, it's just sometimes like that privileged energy of like, I'm supposed to be in that lineup
because they know you, bro. But it's their time will come.
Sometimes, and I get it, bro. Like I want to be able to throw the lineups that a lot of these people want to see. And sometimes that's either budget. Sometimes it's just like, maybe they just don't have the audience over here. Because again, bro, we're in Riverside. It's a good community, but it's still growing. It's still growing.
It's not LA.
It's not LA. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny you mentioned that too, because we always talk about, like, me and Jose, we always talk about like, who should we bring, like, as a big artist. And we'll be talking about like, Jose would be like, oh, well, we could bring this artist. Like, he fucking sold that shit out in LA.
That's not LA.
I'm like, dude, it's not LA. Like, like,
facts.
And like, okay, he sold out LA, so for sure has an LA audience, but is he that entertaining enough for people to drive out from LA to Riverside? Like, is that fan base that low? And is he that entertaining? And that's like just a lot of factors that come into play. And don't get me wrong, I could be overthinking this shit too, but I like to think that you got to be very critical with like, curating a lineup can be difficult.
It
for
is
sure.
difficult.
Because there's just sometimes pressures that you don't want coming from, either the venue owner or maybe sometimes like, just other entities. And yeah, it's just, it's not as easy as how it sounds on paper, to be honest.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. Real quick, you trying to do a little quick segment with me that I just thought of?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, you trying to do the alphabet, but every letter we got a name of a DJ?
All right, we could do it.
All right, I'll start off. AC Slater. Go ahead and go with B.
Oh, I was thinking we could do same letter shit.
No, that's too hard, I think. That means we'd have to get 2 DJs for each letter.
Borgor.
True. Cascade? No.
True. True. All right, we're on C. We're on C, son.
We're on C. I got this. Crookers?
Crookers. All right, we're on D. We're on D.
Any DJ, bro.
Damn, bro. What the fuck, D? Dak Daniels. What's good?
Dak Daniels, A,
What's
B, C,
good?
D, E. Excision, fam.
D, E, F. Fisher.
G. We'll go with Gom.
I don't think you can get her.
Hey.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
I like how we're doing that for each.
We're stupid. We're good at tempos, but we're stupid with our alphabets. So we got H.
Yep.
Okay, H. 5, 4.
Come on, my guy. You got this.
3, 2. Fuck, bro. I do not got this.
H. Come on, you got this.
Heckler.
There you go.
Heckler.
So my I, right? Elenium. What's that?
That works.
J.
J. J.
You got this.
J Phelps.
J Phelps?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Joyride, but okay.
Nah, J Phelps, homie.
All right. K. Cascade. There we go.
JKL. Ellis Dream.
Ellis Dream. Okay. M. Let's go with Monks.
Monks, okay. Who do we have? N? Damn, bro, I'll be getting all the fucking...
Nah, come on. You got this. N. Everybody in the comments right now like, come on.
N, dude. Not a strum.
Not a
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Throwback.
That is.
Not a strum. Fuck, oh, damn. I don't...
O. I'm going to go Ulasayo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
P.
A Porter Robinson, dude.
Q. I want Q.
Yeah.
Quicks.
Hell,
Hey,
dude,
that's right.
Clutch.
R.
Rez.
Okay, I'm on S. Stevie Aoki.
I'm on T.
Yeah.
Tommy Trash.
Oh, throwback. Hey.
Throwback.
I'm on U. Fuck, this one's gonna be hard, I think. U. Uber.
That works.
Hey.
I got V Vampa.
Vampa. What's after V? W.
TUVQ or TUV
WRX.
WRX. Where the fuck R?
Oh shit. Oh fuck. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X. Okay, W. Me?
You're W.
W and W, fam. What you mean? What you mean?
W and W.
Fam, fuck out of here.
I should have said Ricky and Puros.
Hey, dumb throwback.
Oh my god, dude. All right, so I got W. I got X. Mother Zabor.
What?
Zabor.
Yeah.
Zabor.
Fuck, you're right. Y and Z. I'm on Y.
Yeah, you're on
Okay,
Y.
I'm on Y.
True.
I got this. Y. Has to be DJ, huh? Fuck. I was gonna say Yuna.
I mean, whatever.
Why? Fuck.
Yeah, I got my letter. I'm good.
Yo. Yosh? No, it's not.
Oh, why it's pretty hard.
Yo Joss, homie.
Yeah,
what's up, Yo Joss? I fuck with you, Yo Joss. Shout out to Yo Joss.
All right, I got Z. I'm gonna go with Zomboy.
We out here, fam.
Yeah.
We fucking DJs out here, fam. Hey, I challenge y'all to do that. Who we challenging to do this shit? There's a challenge, bro. We're starting a challenge. The ABC EDM challenge, bro. Boy.
Word.
The ABC EDM challenge. I challenge Retrospect to do this with their crew. Let's see what's up. How long did it take us? Took us about like 3-4 minutes?
People could have timed that right there. Yeah.
I'll put it up here. Y'all see it. I challenge Retrospect.
That was first take right there too.
Yeah,
so let
fuck
me
out of
know.
here. What's up?
This was live shit. This was none of that pre-planned shit. So don't
Off
be
the
trying
dome,
to pre-plan.
fam.
Don't be trying
Off
to
the
pre-plan that.
dome,
Don't be
yeah.
trying to have any cards behind the camera.
I
People can
Google
read-
your shit real
reading
quick.
cards and
Off the
shit.
dome, fam. Off the dome. Remember that.
Don't
We
be asking
took
your
it back.
producer.
We throw it back with that W and W, fam. Out here. God
Man,
damn.
Ricky and Puros.
The days. Those are the days, fam. Those
Yeah,
are the
man.
days.
Big room, progressive house. Big room.
Big Room really had us for a bit, huh?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to at least for me, bro.
Martin Garrix.
It was the epic track.
Avicii's.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Sandro Silva, epic, bro. I heard that shit. I was like, nah, bro. I'm not familiar with the direction. And then next thing you know, you started hearing a lot of that.
All right, bro. We're gonna do this again, but with the Greek alphabet. Go, Alpha. I'm just kidding. Same shit. I'm fucking with you. All right.
I mean, shit.
I think that was a good way to close this out. That was cool.
True.
ABC EDM.
ABC EDM.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to challenge some of the DJs that come up here to see if they know what's up.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we can help them. Maybe not. If they come with a crew, nah, we gonna run their crew.
Word, yeah.
Yeah, if you just watch out, guys. If you ever come up here with your crew, y'all gonna be hit with
You know,
ABC
you know what we
EDM.
should do too? When we have a guest, we tell them what they rep. We're gonna be like, all right, bet. Hey, Robert, SoundCloud, check that shit right now.
We're gonna fact check your shit.
That's
I
where
feel
were
you.
you raised? Oh yeah, I was raised in San Bernardino. All right, bet.
Why does your
let's go on your
SoundCloud
SoundCloud real quick. Why did that shit say LA?
on
fuck.
the spot real quick, huh? We gonna catch a couple of y'all slipping. A couple of y'all slipping.
Why are we like this?
Well, we're DJs. I don't know. We're producers. We're fucking jaded. We've been doing this too long.
Not. We still got a long way to go though.
I know,
Still
but
got
it's
a long way
fun.
to
So we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude. Was there anything else that you wanna say here at the end? You playing
Like I
that
said,
show, the desert
The
show?
show, the 25th. I'll probably be releasing a track. Actually, I'm DJing the 26th. I'll be releasing a track the 24th. So watch out for that. It'll be a UK bass track or US bass track. Homie. Yeah, catch it.
And on February 24, I will be dropping the Can't Stop Me official remix EP. So make sure to follow me on my socials to stay updated on that. I think I'm gonna get 4 tracks in the EP, bro. I said 3, but I think I'm adding a 4th track because we got some really good submissions in.
I heard them. They're fire. I fuck with them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are still working on them, so we're gonna see more remixes.
Hey, Martian.
are on the rise.
Pump your shit out, homie. We need it. I seen you been peeping it on your story, dog. We need that shit out. I want to hear it already.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard it yet, so yeah, I want to hear it too. Yeah, I looked at the numbers and we had 95 people download stems.
God damn, I was one of them.
So
I downloaded the
I
stems.
think we might be seeing a lot more remixes. Cause I mean, I think the deadline that I gave for the remix was not too much, but not too small. But I can see why some people will take their time on the remix and just
definitely.
So yeah, I'm excited to see the remixes outside of the official remix EP. But we did get a lot of submissions in. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to put that remix EP for y'all.
And then you also did drop what was that last track you just dropped?
This is Love.
This is
streaming
Love.
out everywhere. You guys can also get stems to that as well. So
Facts. I'm gonna be remixing that.
head over to the description. The link is there. You'll get the stems. Free download too. Available everywhere on Spotify, Apple Music, and a lot more music coming out too. Yeah, this shit's gonna keep rolling.
And if you haven't, go ahead and check out my track Legend that I dropped last month. Fucking flame. Hope you guys liked it. Some dubstep shit. Keep banging that until I drop my next track.
And also too, before we end this podcast, I also want to say if you want to see some of the Can't Stop Me remixes live, I will be dropping a set the next Lowen show on the 24th as well, alongside Burn, back-to-back Trip Box.
Hey,
we're having a DJ competition slot in that hoe,
hey.
so we're gonna be sharing information for that for anyone that wants to participate.
Lit.
And we're having Bam play too.
Hey,
We're having Bam play
That's sick.
at the lobby,
Drum and bass.
Riverside, California, downtown Riverside. Thanks everyone has been pulling up. It's been pretty dope.
Also, go check out Segura Imposter EP. He just dropped it. Today's Monday. He just dropped it Friday. Go check that shit out. Heavy shit. He got some hard style and he got some dubstep shit on there. I think you guys enjoy it.
Put some respect on Segura. I'm gonna just say that.
Facts. Mobile DJ, producer.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Spotlight here at Lose the Tempo with Zion Don, aka True Rob. Make sure you follow him on the social media. We out here. I'm Husky. Follow my social media on the description. Follow the channels, social media.
Hey, yeah, we almost at 200 on our YouTube subscribers. Let's get that up. Let's get it to 200 by the end of the month. Let's do it.
Yeah, if you guys know anyone that's wants to hear more of these conversations, let them know that Lose the Tempo is the channel for all of that. We're always showcasing a bunch of dope guests. Always showcasing new music on Guess the Tempo as well.
Always.
And we're always getting submissions and featuring. So don't be shy. Take advantage of that link. Send us some shit, and you might have it featured.
I'll be looking at that shit now. I've been fucking low-key in the dark for a little. I've been lagging, so I got y'all on this shit now. Send them in. I'll be responding to some of y'all. We'll see what's cracking. We'll most likely have a lot of your tracks on there because I like a lot of shit, so let's do it.
Awesome, bro. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you guys dig the content, and hit the bell alert button to stay notified. This is Lose the Tempo, and we'll see you guys next episode. Peace.
Broke back next year.